Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 368. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Jason Narvy, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed being had. 300, did you say 368?
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot of episodes, brother. 368, that means you had basically one Power Ranger for each, because there's about 400 people that have been Power Rangers at this point.
Well, it's funny you should mention that. Actually, we can skip the introduction and just jump right into it. Special short interview. For Power Rangers, I don't mind me, I was a little starstruck. I interviewed when I was
Me too, Keith. I'm just lost in your eyes.
I interviewed Kurgan Mayhem. He's a great guy. Funny guy.
Yeah. Yes.
I interviewed Ron Reisman. He's another good friend of yours.
Uh-huh.
And I interviewed Barbara Goodson. She helped me do my demo years.
Oh, nice. She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is. I'm trying to get her back on the show, but you see, basically when I started my show in the beginning, don't ask me why, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I was just doing phone interviews. And people say to me, oh, you have this great format. Why aren't you as big or bigger when you portray yourself to be? And I was still dealing with depression and social anxiety. So I said, screw it. I'm going to do it over and do a video format. And she got annoyed at me because it said I should have been doing this from the start. And she said, my time is available. So she's on my things to do list, get back on the show. But, Barbara Goodson, Ron Axel, Kurgan Mayhem, Bruce Hanius. You guys are great. And, no, go ahead.
No, Bruce Hanius, yeah. Good guy.
And I got, he did Zordon for, I think, the first couple episodes on David Fielden.
Uh-huh.
I got him on. And funny, for actual Power Rangers, though, it's really hit and miss. It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah, but the Power Rangers are kind of hit and miss people, aren't they? I mean, really. Aren't they? They're kind of iffy people. I mean, let's face it,
That's true. Well, while on the subject, out of all the Power Rangers, who were the nicest people that you still keep in contact with and talk to this very day?
Well, nice people and in contact, those are two different questions, okay?
Right.
Because I'm in contact with all of them, but none of them were nice people. They're all terrible people. Next question. The thing about the Comic-Cons is that we stay in contact.
Right.
We see each other a lot, which is really kind of awesome. Yeah. So people that I was close with specifically, from Power. I mean, obviously, Paulie and I were like Siamese twins. I was the good-looking one. I was always close with Johnny, always close with JDF, always close with Catherine Sutherland. Was on great terms with Karen. Became really good friends with Nakia over the years. Good friends with actually Font. It's kind of funny because Font, I don't even think we were on the same season, to be honest. They all look alike to me. All the Power Rangers, they look alike, But like Font, I met ironically at a Comic-Con like in Mexico, like 4 or 5 years ago. But then we became pretty good buddies, seeing each other on cons and stuff like this. I'll tell you, like when one of the Rangers sends a text message, good God, it'll go, oh, Steve Cardenas. Steve and I were really close friends. What the hell am I thinking? Steve gave me, I think, my first black eye. Paulie gave me my second one, which you would think Steve would get dibs on that. I mean, Paulie would get dibs on that one, but he cracked my ribs, no black eyes. But when someone sends an email, a Power Ranger email, oh my God, it's like being stuck in court because it goes on and on and on and on. And everyone puts in their 2 cents, and good God. So to make a long story longer, I hate them all.
Well, you just saying that to poke fun, or are you just being sarcastic?
Terrible people. They all owe me money, lots of money. They all have horrible addictions, and I always hook them up, and then they owe me the money for the drugs, or the, whatever their addiction is. There's very few drug addictions. Most of them have strange addictions, like David Yost. Oh, David was a close friend. What the heck am I thinking? David has a thing about parrots, but I have to import them from the Amazon. He needs like 3 new parrots a week. I don't know what he does with them, why he wants them. I think David's a quiet guy, actually, so maybe he likes having chatter around. And ever since, Paulie and I left the show and he left the show, he needs the chatter that Paulie and I used to provide. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of funny you should mention Paul. Yeah, he's a great guy. I talk to him occasionally on Facebook, but it's hard to get, the feel of it because you're just texting through text. But I can pick up he's a good guy. But if you can put a good word in for him, I would love to have him on the show. For some reason.
You just had him. That was Paulie. That was him, I swear. That was him right there in the flesh.
He told me for some reason he doesn't do interviews. Is that really true?
He doesn't really do interviews. He doesn't really do interviews much. Occasionally I'll do it, but we stay pretty busy. Whenever we go to cons, because there's always a lot of people that ask for interviews, and they're like, "Oh, I'm from such and such a press." And there's some people that are legitimate press, and there's some people that are not. And sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes we just do it just to be nice. But nevertheless, it's always a balance of finding the time to help people out. I'm doing yours because I think you've got a great idea for it, and you're doing it for a positive cause. So that's why I'm doing it,
No, I appreciate it. I've been doing this for 4 years. But I saw on IMDb you did a couple of films. You were part of Penny, and you were part of Frontier.
Yeah, Gideon's Frontier.
Now, with that being said, what were some of your favorite things? Because I don't want this just to be a Power Ranger interview. With that being said, when you were branching out to other medias, were you still typecast as the guy from Power Rangers, or do you can put a different persona on and you can be different people?
It's funny you should ask that. I've always done, and Paulie's always done a lot of theater. So I do a lot of theater here in Chicago, and I was just thinking about this the other day. When I do theater, somehow I always end up playing the exact opposite types of roles.
Yeah.
I just got done doing a play with Saltbox Theater called In the Soundless Awe. And that was about the sinking of the USS Indianapolis during World War II. And I played the captain of the ship, Captain Charles Butler McVeigh III, who, and it's a true story, in real life he committed suicide. It's kind of the opposite of character that people from Power Rangers would think me as. But usually when I do theater, I'm playing the opposite characters. I'm playing, I end up doing a lot of dramas and tragedies, and when I do Shakespeare, I never play the clown. I don't think I've ever played a clown in Shakespeare. I always played the Richard III. Yes, Vulcan Scholar kind of Richard III, right? I mean, slightly. Only instead of a huge hump, I've got Paul, or vice versa. Yeah, So,
well, you guys were the icing in Power Rangers. You were like the best part. Like I think Kerrigan said you were like the. Is that either Kerrigan or Ron? But said you guys were the comic relief.
That's what we were. We were a relief. Plop, plop, folks go. Oh, what a relief they all are. I'm not a poet.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is who. Actually, going back to my next question, I have 2 questions, so mind me. Now, were you on good terms with Trini? And also, do you think you're going to be on mainstream, or do you, like you said, you like doing theater? So is that your next passion?
Well, first of all, yes, I was on good terms with Tui. I don't know anybody that wasn't, to be honest, because she was a very sweet woman. She's just a very genuine person. So I can't see Tui having many enemies. Not that she didn't have convictions in this world. She did. But she just didn't make many enemies. So of course I was on good terms with her. Loved her. Your second question was.
Do you ever want to go to mainstream, or do you just want to stay in theater?
Do I want to stay in theater rather than mainstream? The two aren't mutually exclusive. I mean, I'll always do theater, I'll continue to do film and TV. You know, as an actor, you got to have a well-rounded portfolio. You know, I currently reside in Chicago, and it's a great theater town. So theater is kind of my first love. You know, it's the artist in me. So I'll continue to do that as well.
No, absolutely. And now the next question I was going to ask you was, usually I make up a list of questions for the guests, and the guests would come up with questions on their own. Do you have any subjects you want to promote? Anything you want to ask me? This is your time, after all.
Yeah. You're in New York. What part of New York are you in?
I'm more near the Catskills and West Point.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, upstate. Okay, beautiful. It's funny because I lived in New York, in the city, but most people are like, well, you can't say you lived in the state of New York. It's kind of the opposite of the state of New York, yeah. But I know upstate New York very well. It's very pretty. So I was wondering what part. We've got relatives from up there, actually. Well, not by the Catskills. Not by the Catskills, but, you know, upstate New York. It's a giant state. So,
well, if you're ever interested, maybe we can hang out one day.
There we go. I'll take your car for a spin, go through your fridge, all that stuff.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'm going to pass the show over to you. When you're here, this is your time, after all.
Get a personal video message for yourself or as a gift for someone else. For personal connections, shout-outs, birthdays, proposals, weddings, and much more. Enter your details about yourself so the celebrity can record a personal video message especially for you, including details such as your name, age, birthday, hobbies, or whatever else you include. As soon as the video has been recorded, you'll get an email with your link so you can share it on social media or download and keep it. Celebrities record videos as and when they can, usually within 2 weeks. But if you want a video for a specific date and it does not look like it will arrive in time, you can cancel it and get an instant refund at the click of a button. There are hundreds of celebrities to choose from and many more joining every day. Search by category or genre. Buy a gift voucher, get updates and offers, and encourage your favorite celebrities to join so they can connect with fans in a fun and unique way. Raise money for their charities and much more. So order your video now for yourself or for someone else.
I'm so bored.
Want to see something really cool?
Yeah!
Now you'll never be bored again with Loot Crate, a totally bodacious mystery box packed with awesome toys, radical games, and other surprises. And the best part is, you can get Loot Crate delivered right to your door. So don't delay. Ask your parents and order today.
Everything okay in there? Yeah, everything great. I love Loot Crate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 368. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Jason Narvy. And during the break, you told me about your talk show. You told me about your school. Well, kind of like a talk show, but it's actually you're in person. About your school, I believe you said it was an acting school that you created?
Well, not exactly. It's Concordia University, Chicago, which is a small liberal arts Lutheran university in Chicago. I'm the chair of the theater department.
Oh, nice.
So I'm the first chair of the department, so it became a department while I was here. We used to be a program, part of the Department of Communication and Theater, although I think it used to be Art Communication and Theater. So in that sense, I created a program, but again, I was building off what was previously here. So but we've built quite a program since I've been here. It's a great little program. We do 4 shows a year in the Chicago model of theater. Like I said, Chicago is probably the best theater town in America. Even New Yorkers would be like, oh, okay, it's got some things going on, you know? So we are one of the few schools, I think, that basically teaches students to do theater in the Chicago model, quite frankly. So we're really proud of the work that we do here. What was the second part of your question?
Actually, I didn't ask for a second part, but it's funny you should mention that. For people who have special needs, what type of people would be qualified? You know, for an example, if I wanted to work with you, would I be qualified, or do you have an open border? Basically, if you're passionate about the art, you're more than welcome to. So basically, it's an open border, and what is the process?
Yeah, I think, well, look, first of all, I think that you targeted a very specific portion of the population of people that are very much looking for a voice, right? So what are the arts other than a place to express yourself, right? And to get others to sort of walk in your shoes, or a place for people to look at a question in a different light. So in those terms, I think the arts always have a place for people with special needs. I think, more importantly, people with special needs need the art. In the arts, I think, I think there's a great way. That is a great way to feel connected with the larger world, and you find that you might have special needs, but you have no disabilities in that sense, because there's no rules on what makes a great artist, right? Aside from passion, and at some point ability, and ability is something that schools are here to help you create and feed and educate, right? So in that sense, there's no litmus test if that's what you're asking. You come in, you do it, and you learn how to do it.
Now, the next question I was going to ask is, you mentioned Comic-Con. Are you going to New York Comic-Con? There's one in Poughkeepsie, Hudson Valley Comic-Con, and there's occasionally autograph signings in Middletown, New York. Would you ever be interested in going to a thrift market and doing autographs, or would you have it in your mind where you just want to do big autographs?
Well, I mean, we do, I do Comic-Cons almost exclusively with Paulie. The only time that we do it solo these days is if we both agree to it, and then one of us has something back at home that keeps us from going to that con, And we don't do tons and tons of them, to be frank. My job keeps me very, very busy. His job keeps him very, very busy. Like this whole summer, we had to kind of step away from Comic-Cons, both because he was busy at work, and because I was doing this play here in Chicago, which meant that for about 2 months I really couldn't leave, So I had to stay here and foster the art, But yeah, I mean, we look at Comic-Cons all around the country. We've been in fairly strange places, but because we limit the numbers that we do, we don't just fly off to any old Comic-Con. We try to do the ones that sound fun, that sound like they'll have a good turnout, and that we'll enjoy, Our favorites, actually, that we do on a regular basis, we've been doing Lexington Toy Comic-Con every year since it started, from the very first year. We love doing Lexington Comic-Con, both because the people who run it, the Greer family, they are awesome. Jamie and Jared, just love them. They're good people. They know how to run a Comic-Con, They run it really well, which makes it pleasant. And because we've been doing it kind of since they began, it feels like a family event. Not just with them, but with the people that come to it, the people that attend. We see the same people every year, and that's actually a lot of fun to see them, especially people that have little kids, and you watch them grow, and you're like, oh my God! You get all teary-eyed. And then, people who have local businesses come, they make us things, they bake us things, they're looking forward to seeing us. Every year at Lexington Toy and Comic, we get our own couch that we call the Couch of Doom, and it is a running joke that they expect us to destroy that couch by the end of the weekend. So, there's science involved, trying to pace out how long it takes for us to actually destroy the thing. You don't want to destroy it too quickly, because then for the rest of the weekend, you're standing.
Yeah.
You don't want it to take too long, because then people start making fun of you. So,
All right. Now, before I pass the show over to you, I have 2 questions for you. One, I'm going to talk to you off the air about.
Right, and we'll have about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to have to wrap it up, unfortunately, because it is, even though the school year hasn't started,
Yes.
it's kind of the middle of the day, and we're gearing up for the school year, which means that I have to be plowing through the books and deciding how I'm going to be torturing the students and scheduling and finding adjuncts to hire and all sorts of fun stuff. So
the last two questions for me, then I'll pass it back to you. Is one, are you on social media? Are you on LinkedIn, Twitter, all that fun things? And when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction? And after being a guest, because I'm horrible at first impressions, because I don't have a filter, I'm just myself. So sometimes I connect with people right away. Sometimes I'm like an old Apple computer, I kind of have to warm up to that person. So when I first approached you, what was your honest opinion? And after being a guest and putting up with me for a half hour, how you feel now?
Putting up with you. You gotta give yourself more credit, cowboy. No, you were very professional, dude. You approached very professionally. So I was very impressed, which is why I felt bad that for, I don't know how many years have you been hounding me? 2 years, 3 years? I said no because I just don't have the time to do a bunch of interviews like this, when I'm not at a Comic-Con. So, but yes, you did a very good job of being very professional. And again, I think that, being a person who presents yourself as someone who is doing a show for people with special needs, I think that is really good way to look at it.
No, absolutely. And now, passing the show back over to you, do you have any funny stories or funny pranks you want to tell? We're wrapping up our interview segment.
No, not a single one. We were always very serious on stage with dignity, decorum, and class at all times. There was never any horseplay or climbing around that ever happened on the Power Rangers set. Oh God!
Well, actually, it's funny.
It was a set full of, we had, what was there, 7, 8? There was 8 of us, 8 kids between the ages of 18 and 24 years old. Those are your leading actors, and you think there was not?
Well, I saw that video. I don't know. You remember the video where the guy was walking around with the camera and he was doing behind the scenes? I don't know if you remember that, but I can send you the link to it.
In fact, I think I got that tape. I just discovered the tape of the original footage. I think I've got it somewhere here in my office. I got it somewhere, yeah. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. No, I didn't find it, but you know what I did find? Is some coffee mate. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Wait, you got to break that out. You can't do product placements. It's just called Mate. There you go. Don't be lonely when you have Mate.
Well, wrapping up your talk show segment, I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road. And next time, I promise I won't be so starstruck and be a little more thruster to it.
Well, I'm such a good-looking guy. It's hard not. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, it's good talking with you, Keith. Goodbye to your audience. Say bye, Polly. Bye, Polly.